It's 10 o'clock on the 15th of December. Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. Wasn't really sure if I wanted to do a reading or whether a reading was necessary, but here we are, nice and early. We're just going to have a look and see what comes out. Excuse me. So I can see here frightened, afraid or anxious, and it's in reverse. So that kind of took me immediately to, no, let's have a reading. I'm not afraid of what's going to come out. Okay. There's a few cards there, there's 4 cards down. I got this feeling in my body, can't stop the feeling. I've got the fairies and the archangel animal cards today. Okay, I was thinking about how many signs I've seen with like birds, readings with birds in the title. Okay, victorious success. It's just like it flew to the floor. It just floated down to the ground, right at your feet. Victorious success. Can you see that? Victory. Instead of singing like, you and me got a whole lot of history, we could be the greatest team that the world has ever seen. It's more, you and me have got a whole lot of victory. We will be the greatest team that the world has ever seen. It's very nice, isn't it? Okay, let's go to some tarot cards. We won't look just yet then. 1, 2, 3. Right, let's have a look at this feelings deck. So we've got frightened, anxious, afraid or anxious in reverse. And then we have fishy, arousing feelings of doubt or suspicion in reverse. This is good. This means that you're beginning to trust the divine signs, divine guidance. And then we have ghastly, causing great horror or fear. Well, we're not afraid anymore. It's like Home Alone, isn't it? Okay. Kevin McAllister. I'm not afraid anymore. That's good. Let's have a look at these random cards. You are my sunshine. You make me happy when skies are grey. Okay. And then we have I'm sorry. So, there's someone here apologising. He's sorry because you are my sunshine. In for a treat. And greed. Okay. I'd say this person's really wanting this. It's like the hair keeps wanting to curl around. Or I was taken to like being like a horse's like mane. I'm a bit itchy. Itching for this treat. Wants to be greedy. Victorious. Victorious success is yours and it's right at your feet. Addicted. Might as well face it, you're addicted to love. And a change of direction. These are good cards, aren't they? Okay, we're becoming a bit more flexible. It was 10 o'clock when I came on. I did feel like I'd be on at 10:10, but I was ready way early. Okay, so they're the cards that I have pulled, apart from these three. I was going to call them Major Arcana cards. I don't even know what they are yet. We've got them here. So let's have a look. Oh, okay, my cards are in reverse. It seems that that was like the start of it, with being frightened. In reverse. Judgment in reverse. That's a good card to have in reverse, isn't it? Not fearing being judged anymore. You know that this is your calling. And then we have the Three of Cups in reverse. We can say that this is a card of celebration, but it's also the card of a third party connection. When there's like more than one woman in your life, shall we say that? But you have to remember that you are my sunshine, so there's no other woman. And, oh, Two of Pentacles, very nice. Because look, he's like toing and froing here. It's in reverse, so. Oh, what a feeling when we're dancing on the ceiling. Feeling rather musical today. Can I turn my cards up the right way now? Okay, it's time to make a decision. Well, that's been coming out in the cards, hasn't it? It's like, take that leap of faith. I did feel like coming on the other day and saying, you didn't take that leap of faith, did you? You put it off again. But I thought, no, I won't. I don't think it would have been appreciated, but I feel like the energy is different today, so time to make a decision. Hi, Christian. It's 5 AM here and haven't been able to sleep. My iPad lit up with a notification and you calmed me. Well, that's awesome. Welcome to the channel of love. Okay, let me get on with what else, what message wants to come through. It's not afraid to come through either, so it's important. Good news is on its way. That's the message from the birds. Let's go to the fairies. I thought it was a birdie chirping out there. I'm not sure if it is. Right, okay. Let's go to the Fairy Tarot. Why I was drawn to go to the Fairy Tarot was not actually for the fairies. It was more for the seasons. So we're in winter now. We're approaching the end of 2022 quite swiftly. And the energy come through as in like, how has this year been? But I thought I don't really want to delve into too much about how this year's been. But this will tell us about spring, summer, autumn, winter. Might not come out in the correct order, but I feel like we might get a bit of an insight of what's gone on over the seasons. Because there's like a change of direction here. So let's have a look and just see what cards want to come out. The Three of Spring. Plan your next steps with an eye to the long term. Have patience, there are more good things to come. Satisfaction from a job well done. So the springtime, I feel like in 2022, there was this energy of you planning your next steps with an eye to the long term. Having patience keeps coming up on the cards. There are more good things to come. Satisfaction from a job well done. That's the energy of knowing what you're wanting, but I'm feeling it's coming through from the Divine Feminine's energy. So I feel like because there's like someone, not copying you, but there's a there's a butterfly, was a caterpillar, and it's beautifully transformed. So I feel Divine Feminine, if in the springtime you kind of had a realisation, you were knowing what you were wanting, you had an eye to the long term. You've had patience, we're in winter now, knowing that there are more good things to come, and satisfaction from a job well done. I'll say you've been holding your energy at a kind of consistent high level, positive level. And I feel that's had a knock-on effect to the masculine here. who, if you could see here, he's like, looks similar. She's just ready to fly here. I feel like I've got something on my teeth. Lipstick on my teeth, but that doesn't really happen. But that's what it feels like. Okay. The moon. Card number 18. I've been looking at the moon out there this morning. And it's not quite like half and half, but it's been drawing me because it near on is. And yeah, I was just looking at how I could just see one half of the moon in the daylight, and then the other half was like invisible. But I just kept looking up, and it was like right in front of me, where, you know, it's kind of moved its way around. So it was like in alignment, the moon here. Powerful intuitive epiphanies, letting go of worry and fear, understanding the truth of a situation. Now, letting go of worry and fear, we've got frightened in reverse and ghastly, and what was the other one? Fishy. Powerful intuitive epiphanies, letting go of worry and fear, understanding the truth of a situation. Let's find out some more about this. Well, let's read the card. Because the moon in the room is relevant. Card number 18. The universe is sending you messages right now about the perfect next step to take. I already spoke about the birdies paying us a visit. Also, these messages coming through. Like I said, I wasn't sure whether or not I wanted to do a reading. Was I feeling a bit deflated? Maybe that's the energy it went through. It's like, I don't really know if I want to. Like, I want to put my energy forward with a reading today. And I'm not sure if actually you're wanting to even hear what I've got to say or what comes out. But then it was like, no, it makes me feel better. And I know that it helps some of you as you tell me that. So here we are. So the universe is sending you messages right now about the perfect next step to take. Listen to the guidance you receive in the form of intuition, synchronistic events, symbols, and sleeping dreams. Be alert for people or situations that may not be quite what they seem. Give yourself a reading or speak to a professional or friend who is also psychic. Embrace the loving information you receive. It is divinely inspired. Worry is unnecessary and will only slow down your progress. There's no need to be afraid. Let go of fear. If any part of your life no longer feels right, then trust your intuition and make the necessary changes. Our fairy plays a stringed instrument under the light of the crescent moon. Her reflection in the water, however, shows her playing a different instrument, indicating that under the moon, things are not always what they appear to be. Okay, the additional meanings of this card: psychic awareness, seeing what you didn't see before, no longer being afraid, becoming a professional intuitive or reader, hidden information, and the power of your sleeping dreams. Do we need to talk about your dreams? Okay, just felt the urge. But it's made mention twice in it, excuse me, about your dreams. I'm dreaming. Tell me what you're dreaming of. Of a white Christmas. 21, we got the world here. A brilliant success. Well, we know that. We had victorious success here. You and me are going to have a whole lot of victory. The freedom to go in any direction, and a journey that is now complete. And I feel this has everything to do with you, Divine Feminine, and your past position, your patience, your positioning, all divinely positioned, and your practice. Practicing the occult is coming through. So the world. 21. Bravo. It's time to take a bow, as everyone is so very proud of you and the progress you have made. Recognise your own successes as a way to reinforce just how powerful and creative you are. Like your fairy friends, you have the magic touch right now. Be fearless in choosing your next big accomplishment. This is the decision card here. Be fearless in choosing your next biggest accomplishment. The energy of, well, you've bagged yourself a divine feminine. Oh, lucky you. Our fairy from, hold on, I've missed out a paragraph. This is a time to move forward in your spiritual development. Continue your journey along the path of enlightenment, as it's also the path of joy. Our fairy from the Dreamer card, interesting. Our fairy from the Dreamer card has made it successfully to the end of her journey. She wears a sign for infinity in her crown and on her shoes, indicating that she can now begin a whole new adventure if she desires. Additional meanings of this card: a journey that's now at an end, great achievements, new beginnings, the freedom to go in any direction, a sense of completion. These are beautiful. Now, is this all suggesting that Divine Feminine, you had your wake-up call in the springtime? The epiphanies, seeing the signs, you're able to follow the signs effortlessly now, without... it's kind of like without hesitating, without questioning whether the signs are authentic. It's a nice energy. Should we carry on with these cards? How long have we been on for? 17 minutes exactly. Let's go to the angel and ancestors and just pull a card on this portion of the reading. Hermit, retreat and recharge. I was taken to some Pringles behind me, and it's like a Santa Claus, but it's the word sour, and I felt like getting a bit flustered then, like the cards felt a bit snappy. It's like it just left a very sour aftertaste, should we say that? So Hermit, retreat and recharge. So if we're talking about the springtime, it's like why all this activity was flourishing for you, Divine Feminine, sign synchronizations, spiritual enlightenment. The masculine here is in hermitage, retreating and recharging, or I'd say actually picking up on your energy so that he can transform. Oh, and the energy of Divine Feminines, and you thought it wasn't doing the trick, the job. It was. All your hard work. That you've been focusing on yourself, but it's not your counterpart has been tapping into this. It's a hermit energy. I'm H-A-P-P-Y. I've just gone to the High Priest and the High Priestess. The H's. I'm H-H-P-P-Y. Are we? H-A-P-P-Y. Hermit. Oh, hold on with one. Let's go back. Great teacher. That's before the Hermit. Take time to rest and recuperate in order to continue your growth. Benefit from the information that will come directly from your heart space. I got my mind set on you. The Hermit's card is one of solitude and meditation. It represents your capacity to go within and arrive at the cave of your heart. Many of the answers to your problems lie within, and if you don't take the time to connect with yourself and feel comfortable alone, you won't be able to hear the messages that are rising up inside you. The cross-legged meditation position of the cave-dwelling sadhu on the card is an invitation to harness the power of your meditation practice. The Sri Yantra symbol behind him represents the union of masculine and feminine energies, hence support from Mother, Father, God. Okay. Okay. I just spoke about drawing on your energy, Divine Feminine, so The Sri Yantra symbol behind him represents a union of masculine and feminine energies, hence support from Mother, Father, God. The extended message: you've been working hard and giving your all to your current situation, and it may become draining and detrimental to your development unless you retreat and recharge your energies. So you are being guided to take a step back at this time. If you are working on bringing something together, your over-involvement could impede the process, so retreat and breathe. And that's the energy I felt this morning. It's like there was something that kind of said, I'm not sure if I want to go on, and I know now, like after today, I can just retreat a bit and take some time off to, well, not time off, time out, okay, to go within so that I can recharge. And it's like kind of a regain my enthusiasm. So you are being guided to take a step back at this time. If you're working on bringing something together, your over-involvement could impede the process, so retreat and breathe. If you have something to say or do that could have a larger impact on your life, spend some time in deep thought, even contemplation before moving forward. Often when we rush in, we don't see how destructive our actions can be. So meditate and listen to your soul's wisdom before proceeding further. Okay. Got it. I got it. Let's see what Archangel Animal is with us. I feel the energy is still worrying about money, like, because it's going to take money, a whole lot of spending money, but it's going to take patience and money to do it right. I understand that it will take the funds, but the funds will come in when you decide what you're wanting, like for real. Everything else will just align. Pig. Maintain self-worth and self-esteem. Archangels Mary, Gabriel and Uriel. He's cute, isn't he? Pig. I kept it open on the elephant, I'm not sure why. Open yourself to true abundance. That's why Archangels Mary and Raphael. Pig. Let's look at this pig energy. These wonderful healers come from the Pleiades with a mission to serve by raising the frequency of the land and all creatures. They carry the blue Palladian rose, symbolising heart healing and love in their auras. While their sole mission is to keep the frequency of the land, people and animals around them high, pure and clear, their service mission is to eat unwanted food and vegetation. In earlier times, it was considered a privilege to share your home with this clean, evolved and clever animal. The healing angels of the Pleiades and many archangels are working with the pigs to uphold their sense of self-worth and self-esteem so that they can continue to serve at the highest possible level. Okay, guidance. This card tells you it is time to remember how special you are. Your soul had to be at least 7th dimensional to be allowed to incarnate on Earth, and like most beings, when you step down into a body, much of your knowledge and wisdom was lost to you. Your guidance is to meditate for a few minutes each day on the gifts, talents, and wisdom held in your soul. Then ask for them to be made available to you for your highest good. Lots focused on meditation here. Okay, let's go to the fairies. I wanna rock with you all night. Fairy spotting. It's time to go fairy spotting. It's said that seeing is believing, but in fact, the opposite is true. Believing is seeing. Have you ever seen a fairy? Maybe you have, but you try to explain it away with the voice of reason. Or perhaps you're a fully fledged believer, or better still, a knower who knows fairies exist. Fairies can appear to us in many different ways. Being sensitive and open to experiences is helpful when fairy spotting, as it allows us to be more receptive to seeing these magical spirits of nature. They very often appear as flashes of light, darting around wooded areas or gardens, or, if you're really lucky, inside your home. They can also manifest just outside your line of sight, often in the corner of your field of vision, so you're not totally sure if there's anything there at all. Sometimes they can be felt intuitively, seen only in your mind's eye. They may also bring a flowery scent or an unusual smell rather like toffee apples or popcorn. When they appear in their full form is a true privilege, for they're rightly wary of humans. You could try photographing fairies, even if you can't see them with your own eyes. A camera can often pick up a fairy essence, which may appear as a beam of light or a tiny orb. The best place to do this is out in nature, either in your garden or in woodland. Midsummer's Eve, it says Midsummer's Eve, is a particularly good time to look for fairies. You're most likely to see a fairy if you care about nature and the environment, as they will be more willing to connect with you. Very interesting. I want to get another one, because I've been picking up on the energy of the fairies yesterday. But you need to believe so that you can see. Okay. Protect your dreams. So you are the guardian of your precious dreams, and they are safe in your care. Keep them close to your heart until you're ready to release them. So there's the energy about tell me, like, what's going on in your dreams. Maybe not just yet. You're protecting them at the moment. Protect your dreams. Allow your dreams to have strong foundations before revealing them to the world at large. While they're growing and still tender, it's important to cherish and protect them. It would be wise not to reveal your dreams to anyone unless you fully trust them, to hold your dreams dear and to keep them as safe as you do. And you're under no obligation to reveal your deepest wishes and dreams even to those closest to you until the time is right. We all have the right to protect our heartfelt dreams and wishes. Do so with positivity, trust and love. You can ask the fairies to add an extra layer of protection to your dreams by saying, "Fairies, this is my dream. It is dear to me. Please help to protect it till it comes to be." As your dream grows, nurtured by the protection it has received from you and the fairies, it will gain power and momentum. This will serve you well for when your dream is released into the world. Nurture your dream so that it may come to be in this earthly realm for the highest good of all. Follow any guidance during this time from physical signs or your intuition if it seems wise. You alone will know when the time is right to release your dream. How exciting. I'm so excited and I just can't hide it. I know, I know, I know, I know, I know, I want you, I want you. Look what you do to me. You got me burning up. Okay, oh, okay. That top cardboard kind of bent, but I put it in. Excited. Okay, Mother Mary. Let's finish with a final message from you. We've got 2 cards. Okay. It's important that we read 2 cards. It's all good. Okay, what's the first card? Our Lady of the Whispering Heart. Excuse me, guys. Okay, card number 2. There's a poem at the beginning here. Let's just read it. I have many names and faces. Beyond those names and faces, I am your loving mother always. I come to you in light and darkness, through joy, and even my loved, through loss and tragedy. I am always your loving mother. I am seeking you. If you can know this, then great peace and spiritual power shall be yours, and you will help me bring love to this world. Remember me, I am your loving mother always. Card number 2. I want to be close to you, my cherished child, so I dwell within your heart. From that sacred place, I speak to you daily. Can you feel my presence? I am the voice within that assures you all is well. I am the feeling in your heart that tells you it is all right to trust, no matter what appears to be. I am the knowing in your heart that every prayer you speak is heard and answered by me instantly. I am the joy and relief in your heart as you realise that your answered prayers are already unfolding in divine perfection. Listen for me and know peace within. The clearest guidance is not always the loudest voice. Sometimes fear and doubt yell. Let's repeat that. Sometimes fear and doubt yell, where love and truth speak quietly but consistently from deep within the heart. You are being asked to trust in the truths of your heart, even if they seem quieter than voices of fear from within you or coming from those around you. The truths of the heart cut through emotional reactions and mental anguish. The heart simply speaks of what is, without distortion. When we hear the heart speak, we know in our bones that what is spoken of is true. Hearing the heart truths may necessitate an action that we would rather not take. Perhaps we need to wait for more of the picture to become clear to us, for a way forward to be shown, when we would dearly just love to act and have the whole situation over and done with. Or perhaps that time for action has come, and we can see the invitation to move forward opening up. To accept that invitation may require a deeply saddening goodbye, a great loss, or a temporary loneliness, even whilst we may sense the wonder and happiness of that which calls us to move on. Our Lady of the Whispering Heart speaks to us of courage, of trust and inner knowing. She tells us to trust our inner truths above and beyond any opinion of any other. You will know deep within what needs to happen and when. The details are held in the loving genius of the Divine Mother and revealed through your heart in the perfect way and at the perfect time. All you need to do is listen and apply, with patience and trust, the wisdom that is felt from within. If you are finding it hard to hear that wisdom, the Divine Mother says this to you: What would your heart say if it was completely free from fear? This oracle also speaks of an important message that is coming to you now or will very soon. I can hear my chest wheezing a little bit there. This message is either, okay, so let me just go back to, this oracle also speaks of an important message that is coming to you now or will very soon. This message is either in an answer to a prayer already uttered, or an answer to a question you didn't even know that you held within. Pay attention to your heart, using the following healing process and affirmation to help connect with this important guidance within. Your world is changing, beloved, as my ears start to ring. You have all the guiding light that you need for this change to be a healing one, even if some sadness is a necessary rite of passage into your greater emerging happiness. Have faith, the Mother is with you, guiding you through your heart always. And this oracle has come to remind you of this, and to let you know that now, in particular, she is whispering to you, and what you feel in your heart is truth. Okay, the healing process and affirmation. Sit quietly with your hands on your heart. You can have your right hand resting gently over your left hand as it rests at the centre of your chest. Feel tenderness and love for yourself as you allow a gentle smile to soften at the corners of your mouth. Say either quietly in your mind or aloud, whatever my heart feels is sacred emotion. It is fuel for my holy process of change and spiritual growth. I accept it willingly and ask for the Holy Mother's grace and unconditional love to help me hear, honour and respond to my heart truths now and always. Now imagine that you and your heart are in harmony with each other. Different waves of coloured light flow from your heart and you respond to each wave of colour with love. Imagine just receiving the colours as they flow and acknowledging them with love. The colours may be many or few. This process may take a few seconds or several minutes. Just sit with your heart and allow an exchange of energy. During this time, you may have clear, conscious realizations of inner guidance, which you can neutrally acknowledge and accept with gratitude. You may also have a very subtle experience with not much thought and no words at all, which is perfectly healing in its own way. Stay with and accept whatever your sacred communication is at this time. Know that you are receiving your heart's intelligence, even if at a subconscious level, and when it is time for it to be known consciously, it will rise to the surface of your awareness. When you are ready, you may like to finish the healing process with this affirmation. The truths of my heart are made clear by Mother Mary's loving grace. She speaks through my heart, and I hear her whisper truth. All guidance that I need is with me now. In this I trust. Through my own divine nature and her perfect grace, it is so. One more card. Our Lady of Nourishment, card number 34. I've opened up to it straight away. That's awesome, isn't it? I think so. Do you hunger, my child, for love, for security, for knowing that all will be well? Do you hunger for food, for possessions, for relationships, for opportunities to be free in the world and make your mark? Do you hunger, my child, for feelings of tenderness, appreciation and acknowledgement? Let me fulfill that hunger now through the divine presence and the bounty that it brings. Let me fulfill that hunger that you may know fullness, not only fed by the spiritual worlds, but nourished through delight in your precious life, in this physical world through which you are approaching your spiritual enlightenment. In the physical world, hunger can be painful. It can be the very physical, it can be the very real physical suffering of impoverished bodies. Hunger can also exist as a subtle, but just as real, and at another level, just as painful, spiritual poverty that threatens the continuing existence of the human soul. The human soul is most precious. It is what allows for wild animal and sublime spirit to unite, for flesh to become sacred, and for spirit to become tangible, that it may live in the world as love. It is so extraordinary that any explanations of it in words are limited at best. To put it mildly, the human soul is worth fighting for. It is the part of us that feels, that has compassion, creativity, and connection to the living reality of the body and the natural world. It just knows when something is genuinely true and therefore coming from love, or false and therefore not coming from love. It isn't interested in wrong and right, in judgment, and one belief system over another. The human soul wants to thrive. The only world it knows to be true is love. Without the human soul, this whole divine experiment of Earth School cannot come to its fruition of a radiant world of illumined beings contributing tremendous waves of love to our universe. We have so much power available to us as a species. You only have to feel the energy at a football match to understand that group power is considerable. However, if the soul is not present, that power is unable to be directed into constructive channels to improve our world. Imagine all the potent emotional intensity that is poured into a championship sports event being instead sent with intention that a political issue be resolved, for example, or an environmental issue be supported financially. One person has tremendous power to create difference in the world. Imagine how much power and energy could be generated for the greater good by a group of conscious people with great passion. Working together with conscious intent would make human beings very potent spiritual change agents, and the world would be transformed quickly. And of course, then there is the human soul that you have, beloved. Apart from the power of contributing through a group, you have a very important role as an individual being. You, my beloved, understand something of the spiritual truths that are still hidden from the masses who are fearful and cannot understand as yet. You are one of the children of the Divine Mother, one of those who walks the path of the living Christ, to assist with raising consciousness on this planet and bringing the spirit into the body so that a human soul can be born. No matter what hungers you may have for status or wealth or pleasure or contentment or service or passion or freedom or more, at the core of any hunger is the hunger for soul. It might be masquerading at times as a hunger for power, relationship, money, or chocolate. Yet underneath all of that, there lies the hunger for life, and life is only directly experienced through the human soul. The mind alone cannot do it. There is no feeling function there. The body alone cannot do it. There is no self-awareness there. It is the mind and body together, through the soul, which creates the capacity to experience and be transformed and nourished through that experience. Without this, it is like being at the most amazing buffet, so very hungry that you are ravenous, you are ravenous, but having no mouth with which to eat. Surely one definition of hell. Our Lady of Nourishment comes to you with this message. Your hungers will be met. Allow her to show you what you are truly hungering for. Yes, there may be moments of desire for a car or a pair of shoes, but if you allow her, She will lead you far deeper into what you are truly hungering after, so that your hunger can actually be fed. After all, if you are hungry for light, darkness will never satiate your hunger, no matter how much of it you try to consume. She asks that you turn to her with your desires and ask for her help. She will not judge you or condemn you. She will help you. Sometimes she may show you that what you think you want is actually not what you need or want in truth. She will do so with mercy if you ask her to. The healing process for this oracle will help you. Finally, if you're not sure how this relates to you, then know this: within you, even if it is not conscious as yet, there is a great hunger and yearning that is soon to emerge. This is an expression of a spiritual call of your own soul to life, a desire to live somewhat fuller, more fearlessly, and with greater understanding than before. It might manifest, in a practical sense, as a desire to travel or to communicate with people who are open-minded and willing to listen to you, and who want to speak about all sorts of topics. It might manifest as a desire to break out of the mould of your life and bust through stereotypes. Pray to Our Lady to help you feed your hunger in the most conscious, constructive and healing way possible. She wants to help you now, and only she can truly feed the world. Okay, the healing process and affirmation. You are in a softly lit room with a baby being fed by its mother. Feel the peace and quiet in the room, the contentment. The mother softly coos to the baby, perhaps singing a gentle lullaby. The child is in simple bliss, fed and happy and comfortable. Be with this feeling, be with the feeling of this. It may be lovely, or it may be confronting if this was not the reality for you. You may find it foreign and strange, or easy to imagine. Whatever you feel is fine, just notice it. Say the following prayer. I call upon Mother Mary, Our Lady of Nourishment, who loves me unconditionally. You, who know my deepest hungers and desires, please help me be truly nourished, Mother. I ask for your support, intervention and assistance, that my soul may be fed, that it may thrive, bringing passion, light and presence to this world, igniting the souls of others too. May your will be done. Place your hands on your heart and imagine the love of the Divine Mother gently flowing like mother's milk in through your hands and pouring into your heart. Stay there for as long as feels good, nourishing or appropriate for you. You may like to close your eyes and relax for several moments like this. When you are ready, simply say this affirmation to close your healing practice. Our Lady of Nourishment true, feeds my soul with all that is real. I grow strong in my light and my presence, becoming a lover and a holy child of this world. Amen. Amen. Okay, guys, thank you for joining me. I will catch up with you all soon. Until then, take care. Much love. Bye for now.